Welcome to the Wizards 3 podcast. I'm Macklin.
I'm Aiden.
And I'm Sawyer.
Welcome back to, depending on your loyalty to the podcast. For those new here, we're just three friends who like to talk about stuff and things and stuff. How's everyone doing today?
Sick.
In a good way or in a
illness way?
Kind of way.
So if Aiden sounds like shit, it's because it's just Aiden sounding normal.
It's because Macklin messed up all my microphone settings and...
Don't blame your illness on me, you bastard.
Hey, we're not blaming the illness. We're blaming how he sounds.
Yeah. Get it right, Macklin.
If I sound wrong, it's because Aiden messed up my sound things in the edit. I don't know why Aiden was editing my audio specifically, but we're trying a new thing where we each switch which editor.
While Macklin was editing, he took a step away from the computer to use the bathroom. I just went.
We are trying a new thing where we're putting in our. We're each doing one person's edit. So if it sounds completely off. It's Aiden's fault.
Sawyer during this entire podcast is just going to be saying, Aiden is awesome. Speed Racers is such a good movie. You should watch, I don't know, Venom.
Yeah. And see, the secret is that we're doing this, but then afterwards I'm going back in and editing everything correctly.
Yeah, so Macklin's a freaking buzzkill. Want to get into the news, Sawyer?
I would love to. First things first, before we get into the actual news, just going to do some comic book stuff. Next week, there's two really big first issues. The first is Absolute Flash from Jeff Lemire and Nick Robles. This is it's the Absolute Universe's Flash. It's Wally West. It looks really, really good. And should be super interesting. I don't know much about it, but I don't think anybody does. It looks great. And the other one, I'll be honest, I'm not very interested in, but I know that it's pretty interesting regardless. It's DC X Sonic the Hedgehog #1 from Ian Fleming and Adam Bryce Thomas.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's DC and Sonic crossing over. Apparently Darkseid goes into the Sonic universe, but the Justice League also comes over. So it's them in the Sonic universe, not the Sonic.
I hope that Sonic and Batman have a bonding moment of how similar their backstories are.
Dead parents?
Yep.
I mean, Superman too.
Well, yeah, but Superman's stupid and dumb. I'm just kidding.
That's not true. But there's a whole bunch of new issues this week, and it's stressing me out. R.I.P. to my bank account.
Sawyer's like the Hulk, but instead of just thinking of something angry, he just goes, Aiden, say it. And I go, Superman's dumb. And he goes, rah!
Yeah, that's my secret. I always have Aiden on speed dial. So the issues include Absolute Batman, Nightwing, Ultimate Black Panther, G.I. Joe, a bunch of X-Men books, One World Under Doom, and Eddie Brock Carnage, Rockefellers. I love that series. You Won't Feel a Thing for everybody reading Distillery Comics. That one's fucking good, dude. So
it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot. So moving into the news, the first thing that I have is let me just do something real quick.
Sawyer is currently looking through his tablet to.
Okay, yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay.
Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, Rami Youssef, and Corey Michael Smith will star in Jess Armstrong's first ever movie. Jess Armstrong created, I think it's Jesse Armstrong. I think they've messed this up. I think it's Jesse Armstrong. Shout out to the Armstrongs out there. Jess Armstrong created Succession. The movie follows a group of billionaire friends who get together against the backdrop of an international crisis. It's going to be on, it's Jesse Armstrong. It's written and directed by Jesse Armstrong, and it's releasing this spring on HBO. So, sounds great. I don't know, man. This shit's crazy, dude. Okay.
Oh, God.
A live-action Monopoly movie is moving forward with John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein writing the script. Margot Robbie is producing the film. Here's the thing.
Why would they do that?
The two guys that are writing the script are super talented filmmakers from Game Night and the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves.
Okay.
So, I mean, I got high hopes, but I also think that they had writing credits on The Flash.
What?
Like they did a pass on The Flash.
Like the movie.
Yeah. Let me just check something.
Double check.
But like, I don't know, man. Let me check.
Monopoly as a movie is going to be very interesting.
I feel like there's a lot of board games that you could adapt to make movies that could be kind of interesting. You know, like I feel like you could find workaround ways to make something like, I don't know, you could probably do like a Settlers of Catan kind of thing and do like a movie about like a war.
Yeah.
Right? Like it would be kind of weird, you know, obviously, but like I feel like you could do it, right? There's a lot of things that you could do, but I feel like Monopoly.
Yeah, this is just about capitalism.
So
Just watch Wolf of Wall Street.
So
good point.
This
Way
team,
better.
they wrote their own movies, Dungeons and Dragons and Game Night, which I was correct about. They also wrote, like, or co-wrote at the very least, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Horrible Bosses, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2,
Absolute banger.
Vacation, Vacation Friends, which are completely separate, and then a couple of other things. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
It could be cool. I'm not saying it'll be bad. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I still think that it was an interesting choice for them to choose Monopoly.
Yeah. I think that the company, Mattel, who owns Monopoly, was like, Barbie made $1 billion. That's what we need to go into. So, yeah. Seems interesting.
Hey, if they can pull it off, you know? Sure.
The next thing that I have is that Catherine Newton has been cast in Ready or Not 2 alongside Samara Weaving, which is super exciting. Ready or Not 1 is really, really good. Radio Silence, who did the first movie, coming back alongside Samara Weaving. I don't know what the plot is going to be because, if you've seen Ready or Not, you know there's a pretty definitive conclusion.
Very true.
Yep.
It's an explosive finale.
I did really like that movie.
I am a huge fan of Ready or Not.
I need to watch it. It's on my list.
It's really good.
It's great. Radio Silence can't do any wrong. Like between their combined work with Ready or Not and two Scream movies they did, Abigail, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
And I really like Catherine Newton, so I'm excited. Okay. I need you guys' opinion on this.
Okay.
A live-action animated hybrid Oswald the Lucky Rabbit series is in the works at Disney Plus. Jon Favreau will be writing and producing the series.
Who's Oswald the Lucky Rabbit?
He was the first Disney character
before
Mickey Mouse. Yeah. You might know him from Epic Mickey 2.
Interesting.
True.
True.
A game that I never played because it was too hard for me to play. I don't know why. I just couldn't play it, but I loved watching one of my friends play it. So, shout out to Cooper. Yeah.
That's really funny.
I have no opinions on this. Just that my interest is piqued. Is piqued. I don't know if it's piqued in a good way or in just a odd way.
I don't know. I think it could be fun, you know?
I don't know.
A lot of the stuff Disney makes doesn't usually get me super excited just because a lot of the things they make usually disappoint me.
I don't like Disney. They disappoint me.
But I don't know. It has the possibility to be entertaining. I don't think it'll be groundbreaking. I don't think it'll, really provide anything to the filmmaking scene or anything of the like that will change a lot.
Yeah.
Or anything,
Valid. That's valid. All right. The next bit, I have a whole bunch of stuff related to South by Southwest, which is a film festival that I think is still going on as we're recording, but it could be finished. I don't know how long it's been, but like I was scrolling through it and I was like, okay, I got to the end of South by Southwest, and then there was more stuff. So we'll see. The first thing, it's just a bunch of reviews that I saw. So Death of a Unicorn premiered there. Apparently it's supposed to be really, really funny. Will Poulter is supposed to be great. I mean, we've seen the trailer, and he's the funniest part of the trailer.
Yeah.
It's great.
So that looks good. Together, which is a body horror film about a couple that is like, I think the girl like kidnaps the boy, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it's supposed to be really, really great. It stars Alison Brie and Dave Franco. They're married in real life. So it's supposed to be like fucked up. So that should be interesting.
Oh, I recognize her.
The Accountant 2, which I mean is something that I never thought I'd see, but I mean I'm a fan of the first Accountant movie. I really need to rewatch it because it's like sometimes you need just a shitty action movie. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be pretty enjoyable. I'm a big fan of both Ben Affleck and John Berthal, and Gavin O'Connor directing is very exciting. He's a great action director. Speeding through this drop, I think we've talked about it. Christopher Landon's new movie is supposed to be really fun. I'm super duper excited for this because Christopher Landon, despite his previous movie being what's it called? We Have a Ghost, which is not good by any means. It's quite bad, but his previous movies, the Happy Death Day movies and Freaky, are great, really, really good. So I have faith. Okay, so there's Friendship. I think I talked about it before. The Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd movie.
Yeah.
I think I talked about it when it had its actual premiere. I think it was maybe at Sundance or sometime last year. Mm-hmm. So that was going to be really fun. Once again, rave reviews out of the festival. What's up, Aiden?
I'm just laughing at jokes in my own head.
I'm glad.
I just have the clip from...
I think you should leave.
Yeah, and it's I'm doing my part. I didn't do fucking shit.
Aiden, I think you're just here for the zip line. It's the only thing I can think of because Nasa loves watching like those reality TV shows. Like it's like not The Bachelor, but like Love Is Blind, like all that shit. And so every single time it's like on, I'm like, I think it feels like you're just here for the zip line, and it's great stuff. Then there's a new zombie movie starring Daisy Ridley called We Bury the Dead. But it's supposed to be really gorgeous. And unlike most zombie movies that we've seen before, I'm not sure what that means, but Clown in a Cornfield, which is a adaptation of Adam Cesar. I don't know if that's how to say his name. I'm very good at reading names, but very bad at saying them out loud. His novel of the same name, which I'm going to read before this comes out in August. I got other stuff to read. I'm still not finished Mickey 17. Or sorry, Mickey 7. I still need to watch the movie.
I want to see that movie. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah.
It's fucking Bong Joon-ho, dude. It's going to be great, dude.
I'm excited to see Robert Pattinson in something that I probably will like a lot more than what I've seen him in before.
When do you guys think that comes out?
Mickey 17.
It's already come out.
Yeah, it came out last week.
Already out?
Yeah, you guys are. I was like, you guys are talking about it as if it hasn't come out already.
No, I know it's out. I just haven't gone and seen it.
But yeah, Mickey, Clown in a Cornfield is supposed to be really good and self-aware in a good way, which makes sense because the director did make Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which is really, really great, funny stuff. And then the last movie that I feel like mentioning right now from South by Southwest is Ash, which is directed by Flying Lotus, who is a very talented director. The only thing that I've seen that he's made is one of the shorts in VHS 99 called Ozzy's Dungeon, which is really good. It stars Lisa Gonzalez and Aaron Paul and looks really good. It's supposed to be pretty good. And then the last bit of news that I have is that Spider-Man 4 has cast Sadie Sink in an unknown role. And I don't know.
MJ
Black
question
Cat.
mark?
Okay. What do you mean MJ?
There's already an MJ.
Oh shit, you're right. I'm an idiot.
White MJ? Michael Jackson? Wait. Okay, because
Did we come up with something great right here?
yes.
Sadie Sink is Michael Jackson in Spider-Man 4.
At the end of the Michael Jackson biopic called Michael, Sadie Sink starts playing Michael Jackson because obviously, who else would?
Yeah, that's the clear choice.
Well, yeah, everybody knows this. And post-credit scene, Spider-Man shows up and he's like,
I
hey.
think this has something to do with me.
I need to call in the squad. Starts a group call. It's like Michael Jackson.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man as well.
Spider Jackson. Michael Man.
Michael Mann. Famous director, Michael Mann.
Wait, actually?
Heat. Last of the Mohicans. Black Hat. These aren't in order in any sort of meaningful way. It was the two with digital. Oh, I'll stop. My guess right now, I was like, what is she playing? Probably just like a nothing character. I saw it online somewhere. Firestar from Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. In case you were curious, look up at the top of my Daily Bugle right over there.
Okay, yeah, I see.
So if you look up Daily Bugle Lego, it's the character that is always flying over top. She's a I don't remember if she's a mutant or not, but she was one of the three characters in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and I think that would be really fun. Bring in Iceman.
Yes.
I think Sadie Sink's pretty good. I think she should do good.
Yeah, we'll see once we know who she's playing.
Yeah.
And the rest of the cast. God, I'll say it. Well, I said it once. I'll say it again. No more multiverse shit. Spider-Man is way cooler when he's ground level. That's all I'm saying. That's the thing about. That's why the Spider-Man
I would
games
accept
work.
it if they could do it well, but they've showcased that they can't do it well. So I think you're right. They should just stop.
Well, like even like Miles in like the Spider-Verse movies, if they made a movie in that animation style of just Miles being Spider-Man and nothing like out of the ordinary is happening, I would be there day one. Like, because I feel like it would work just as well as the Spider-Verse movies, because the whole point of Spider-Man is that he's supposed to be this street level grounded character that you can connect to, like, and that's what Miles is. And like, it's like perfect.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but like, I don't need to do Spider-Verse movies all the time.
no.
Yeah.
That's like, because it's like this one, frankly, bad comic event from like 10 years ago has just shaped his movie appearances ever since. And it's like, what the fuck? Like the Spider-Verse event is not good. It's deeply bad. Like the idea of it's pretty good. But like, why the fuck is it about energy vampires?
Yeah, that was really bad. I did read the beginning of it. I haven't finished it, but it. Yeah. I didn't dig the energy vampires. I think if they could do what Extreme Venomverse did, it would work a lot better.
I mean, they did Spider-Geddon, which is a little bit better. It's less energy vampire-y. Like, pretty interesting, but yeah.
The recent Spider-Verse one was pretty good. I liked that one a lot.
Oh yeah, the
Like,
series, the
with,
Spider-Verse
like,
series.
I don't remember what the squad was.
Probably
but it
the
was
Spider Society.
Oh yeah, it was the Spider Society comic, but they were like fighting against like
Society.
a alternate versions of the Sinister Six, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
So
I hope that they do more street level stuff with this next Spider-Man movie, because also the ending of Spider-Man No Way Home set it up perfectly for him.
Yeah.
Going back to
being your
the
friend.
roots of the
back to his
character.
roots.
Perfect. Like if it were up to me, the movie would be called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Like
I would love that.
because I mean I know there's the show, so they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But like, how awesome would it be? Like just like, or like even just like Spectacular Spider-Man, like just to show that it's different. Like
Yeah.
you know, because they've done Amazing Spider-Man and like what other Spider-Man things.
Yeah, it's true. I would really like that. That'd be nice to see. And also, if they should definitely name it something without like home in it, because this is a different
Yeah.
Spider-Man now. Like, obviously, just a change in the character, not a fully different Spider-Man. But
Yeah. All right. Do you think that we can move into like the? Wait, no. You've got news before I go into my stuff.
It's a really, really small thing.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
just saw it.
I forgot about your news,
There's-
and Macklin reminded me. You're bad. My bad.
That's okay. There's not a lot of gaming news that I found that's been super interesting, but I did find one. So earlier I talked about how Borderlands 4 is coming out.
Yep.
It's gotten a release date now, September 24th. I believe that's correct. Let me look. I'm so sorry. I literally just had it here. Yeah, it's like early to late September.
Okay,
Basically
okay.
the whole month. But because of that, this game that was announced a couple months ago has been set to release before GTA 6, which I think is hilarious because GTA 6 is supposed to come out like around fallish, mid-fall, so probably late October.
This year?
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I do think that's really funny.
we got Borderlands 3 and 4 before we got GTA 6.
Yep. Pretty much.
I want to double check because I'm pretty sure Borderlands 2 didn't come out after GTA 6, but let me just double check.
I can assure you it didn't.
Macklin, I might not know much, but I can damn near guarantee you.
I don't need to damn near. I know jack shit about video games.
Comic books and video games.
I got there, and I can tell you this. Friend. That's not true. It definitely came out before.
1 year before.
Many years before.
Make sure you say GTA 5 because you said GTA 6.
You're right. GTA 5.
There you go. That's why we were messing
I
with
see.
you.
Yeah, I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Macklin's like, huh? How do they know that? They're
Yeah.
like, these guys are geniuses.
Yeah, I was literally like, huh. You know, they're doing a pretty good job at yesterday. Once I saw it, I was like, okay, Borderlands 2 2012, GTA 5 2013. I was like, wow, I'm surprised they guessed that. And,
Was San Andreas before?
yes.
Okay.
No idea. I don't
San
know
Andreas
anything
for, like,
about
the PS3.
GTA. I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Don't look at me like I have the answer.
I know. Like, I just know like the GTA exists.
Yeah,
dude.
2004.
Hey, like me. Suck it, losers.
That's it. That's all I had to say about that. I just saw it and was like,
I'll talk gaming.
Okay.
How sick as hell does that Death Stranding trailer look?
I am so excited to see it. I
didn't see the whole thing, but I've just seen like clips, and there's like a moment where an actor who looks strikingly like Solid Snake.
good chance that it might be like the same actor.
It's not the same actor, but it's a character that looks strikingly similar to Solid Snake.
Oh,
Pops
crap.
up, and it looks sick as hell.
I actually just saw something about this. I can't remember exactly what the deal was, but I think Hideo Kojima was talking to a bunch of like interviewers about the fact that there's a character that looks like Solid Snake in his game. I don't know if it's because he's having to be removed from the game or what the deal with that is, but
the actor was previously cited by Kojima. He was like, this actor would be a perfect Solid Snake because he looks like he's got like the headband and stuff. Like I don't know shit.
I found a picture, and yeah, one of the videos I just searched up is why the hell is Solid Snake in Death Stranding 2?
what the?
Like
That's the same picture.
Yeah, it's like, and I like the look of it better as like a return to form, because like Solid Snake should be like, I don't know anything about this, but like his like original design was more like deer hunter-ish, like this like scrawny guy, like not, but like he's went into being like
Not
Rambo,
super soldier, you know, Marine
Rambo
kind of guy.
Commando sort of thing.
Yeah.
Rando Commando rhyme. All right. If we're done with the news, we can finally move on to everything else after 25 minutes of talking about news. Yay. Our bad. This is kind of news, but it's good stuff. So we didn't have an episode last week because we couldn't find a time to meet up. It was a crazy week.
Crazy.
Yeah, I like, personally speaking, I was swamped, which is why the episode didn't release last week, which I take full responsibility for. Macklin had it completely edited all week, and I just didn't export it because I was too focused on doing like 5 different assignment things. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's no problem.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say is that we were supposed to do an episode last week talking about the Oscars, and because we didn't, I just want to quickly mention them here. I don't want to go into them too big. Did you guys like? I mean, I personally thought that the ceremony was really great. Other than all of the craftspeople getting played off, I felt really bad for like the visual effects artists and like that kind of stuff for getting played off. Well, Adrian Brody's speech was like 10 minutes long. I swear to God.
Yeah.
You pulled a real Christopher Judge there.
I really enjoyed this ceremony. I think Conan O'Brien was a fantastic host.
Yeah.
It definitely took a very long time, but it took less time than it would have if they performed all the original songs.
I mean, not really. James Bond, for whatever reason, had like an 8-minute. Like,
yeah, they did do a lot of music for that.
Yeah, that was.
It was cool.
It was cool. I thought it was kind of dumb.
I personally
liked it. I didn't understand why it was there, but I liked it.
No, it was really stupid. I thought I was like, are they gonna like announce the next James Bond? Is like that was what it is? Nope, they just think that James
played music.
Yeah,
they're just like, hey guys, check this out. We can do this.
Most times, I really like the like performing the original songs because they are usually like at least decent. But this year's just weren't. Like between the 2 Amelia Perez songs, like another Diane Warren, Elton John, and another song, I don't even care. Like it just wouldn't be very interesting.
Yeah,
and then the song from Sing Sing. But yeah,
I liked this year's Oscars. They were fun. I do agree with you that Conan O'Brien did a very good job hosting.
Yup.
Much better than Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel isn't bad, but like when you see what Conan O'Brien does, he's just like significantly better.
Yeah. I did miss the song performances, but with, like you said, with the list of the songs, I'm not too disappointed.
We were spoiled last year with like
I'm Just Ken.
2
songs from Barbie. Yeah.
I feel like last year in like the not like in like the in-betweens kind of. I mean, there could have just been things that I missed, but I feel like the people presenting the awards were a lot less fun this go around. Like
there was a couple of good ones, like Ben Stiller.
Oh, that gag was so funny.
I did really like that one.
But I mean, last year had one of the funniest gags with John Mulaney coming out and explaining the plot of Field of Dreams before giving out the screenplay awards. No, I think it was like editing or something crazy like that.
It was for Madam Web.
Well, no, because he did the joke about he did the joke from Madam Web. No, it was for screenplay because he did say without writers we wouldn't have lines like
I'll have what she's having, and
he was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died. All timer shit right quote. There. So the big winner was Honora. Honora won 5 awards. Yeah, woo-hoo. Sean Baker won 4, which ties Walt Disney's all-time record of 4 in one night, because he did the editing, he did the directing, he produced it, and he would have won another one.
It wasn't it best.
And then he wrote it. Yeah. So and then Mikey Madison won and I would call an upset. I think Demi Moore was pretty tapped to win this for her performance in The Substance, but I mean, I'm very, very happy. I'm super glad with how this played out. I was very entertained by the awards and who they went to. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty stoked with this.
I enjoyed it a lot too. I agree with the upset with Mikey Madison or Mikey Madison. I think that she or Demi Moore could have won. Either one would have been fantastic to take home the Oscar. I kind of hoped Demi Moore would, but I'm not mad that Mikey did. And thankfully, Amelia Perez only won 2 awards. One of them being for Zoe Saldana, which I'm okay with because she
is the best part.
She's the best part of the movie. It's just that her part was only decent because it was in a bad movie with bad writing.
And bad acting. So her performance was just decent because it was bogged down by everything. But her performance, her acting, she was the best part.
Was great. So yeah, and then
the other one was for original song.
Which is I cringed so hard when they started singing.
Amelia Perez.
Yeah, when they started singing on stage.
I don't know I wasn't paying attention because I zoned out by the time that they were speaking.
I was eating chips.
I think I was in the kitchen.
But yeah.
Yeah. We will talk more about the Oscars because I'm doing for my content we've consumed. I'm gonna bite the bullet. We can talk about that there. So yeah, we'll talk about the movies later. The Oscars as a whole, very great, and yeah, I'm very happy with how it all went. So, anyways, let's transition into our very first user submitted topic. Aiden, you're the expert on this. So what we've done, Aiden is the only one that knows the prompt. I knew it at one point, but it went. I was reading it and I was like, "Ooh, that's good," and then I forgot about it because it's been like a week and a half since I did that. So Aiden's the only one that knows the topic. Macklin and I are in the dark, so this is coming straight from the heart from us. And Aiden's the only one that's prepared, and it's going to be a debate about something, and Aiden's going to win because we're not prepared. It's going to be a fist fight. Aiden's been training for 2 weeks.
All right, so listener, your friend Rosie suggested that we share our opinions about the Bermuda Triangle. I think this could be fun.
It's bullshit.
I mean, yeah.
I do think it's weird. I'm just saying, it's a bit suspicious.
I think it's very weird too, and I think there is isn't there some data about it that has just a higher concentration of storms and stuff? I'm pretty sure I heard something about that.
Yeah, that could make sense because I mean it is probably with the way that the currents are flowing, it can make it.
I'm just saying the ships disappeared. The ocean's very big. It's very deep. Their ships are probably gone somewhere there, or they've somehow washed up in some other place. So. Yeah, I'm with Sawyer. I think it's bullshit.
Okay, when was the last time you heard about something disappearing in the Bermuda Triangle?
It's true. It's been a while.
What was the last thing that majorly disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle?
I'm Googling that real quick.
Because it hasn't happened since we've gotten phones at the very least. Do you think anybody's gone into the Bermuda Triangle what's up, guys?
Mr. Beast did.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Yep. A couple years ago.
I don't care, but cool.
Yeah. I feel like probably other people have as well. But unfortunately,
it's an interesting it's an interesting encapsulation of the paranoia of previous eras because it's what is it? This it's literally just this area where ships went missing. but like nothing has happened recently. So it's got to be some sort of either it was aliens and they're gone now, or it's just been bullshit the whole time.
I also don't really know when like the Bermuda Triangle stuff started. Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Okay, well I just
Yeah.
You were nodding, so I thought you were like, yeah, I can tell you.
Well, from what I'm gathering right now from the ever kind and ever present Wikipedia, is that the earliest reported incident was literally 1800, the USS Pickering.
Sorry, what?
The USS
Wait.
Pickering. And to answer the question, apparently the earliest, like the most recent disappearance.
That's not earliest. That's the latest.
Yeah, I realized that. That's why I changed it. Was May 15th, 2017. A private MU-2B aircraft was at 24,000 feet when it vanished from radar and radio connection with air traffic controllers in Miami. Plane wreckage was later found.
Does it say where?
No, it does not say where.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It was found
it was found.
in Thailand.
You know, yeah, there is actually a theory, by the way, about the aliens things that aliens live underwater.
Sorry. What?
It's Atlantis.
Atlantis, or the precursors from Pacific Rim. So that's that is an actual conspiracy theory that exists.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. But yeah, what about you, Aiden? What are you?
I don't know. I think I do agree with Sora that it's a very interesting kind of, kind of leftover piece of history in a way, because I mean, like, there's still like a lot of like supernatural-esque like disappearances, like things that just happen without an explanation. But I feel like because of I want to say like the reputation of the Bermuda Triangle, it's becomes a much bigger thing. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think it seems like something ripped out of like Greek mythology or something, like this area of the sea that you cannot go into or else you will vanish with no connections. Like, it's the kind of thing that'd be like, if you died there, you wouldn't be able to go in, you wouldn't be able to pass through the river Styx sort of thing. But because of that, I feel like that might be based in truth, because like the first disappearance was in the 1800s. There was a good chance that someone was like, hey, this is some weird shit that's going on. Like, kind of like cryptids, but instead of it being a creature, it's a triangle in the ocean. So it's an interesting thing, but it does just seem like an old wives' tale / kind of a reason, like just the kind of assumptions that people would make back in the day to reason with things, like, oh,
Yeah.
lightning, thunder, we've angered the gods, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's like, I mean, like witches, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Like, it's like it was their way of understanding what was happening, was blaming it on this triangle and whatever's inside of it, when in reality it's just like you just can't sail through there because it is just like just a bad patch of sea, like, which is probably the case, because I'm sure there's lots of places where, for whatever reason, the placement of the equator and the gravitational pull of it, and they have no idea what that is. And I mean, we still don't, like, I mean, by we, I mean the three of us, we don't know what's going on. We're pretty clueless about this, but I mean, it is interesting, like, looking, like, I like to look back at it as just like is an interesting product of the time. And I mean, there's lots of examples of that from various time periods, like mythology and that kind of stuff, just like the rationalization of the like unknowable until that stuff is known. Because it doesn't really exist anymore because we know a lot.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop people from believing in some of it.
Yeah.
Idiots.
It's just kind of similar to like the whole leftover believers of like flat Earth. Like, we've disproved it, but there's still going to be people that are going to believe in it just because they can.
Yeah, just because they can, even though they're always like, well, what proves it? And you can give them 50 sources, and they're like, okay, but what about the 51st source? And then you show them the 51st source, and then they just keep going and going and going.
What if my favorite flat Earth theory is the one that there's like the Arctic wall and the tunnel through it into like the rest of the continents. I just find it so funny. Because, dude, if that was true, that's hilarious. It's not, but if it was, dude, crazy shit.
I enjoy the joke about flat earther. It's like, this is how the dinosaurs went extinct according to flat earthers, and the meteor hits and it just bounces the world like a plate, and it just flings all the dinosaurs into space.
So, I'm not trying to take anything from Wikipedia as a definite response, but
I trust Wikipedia more than I trust most AI things.
I do trust Wikipedia just because, I mean, it is a collection of information that's made by relatively competent people.
Yeah.
But what I'm seeing is that nothing about the area is necessarily like different. Like there hasn't been a disproportionate amount of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay.
They've just been there rather than somewhere else in the ocean kind of thing.
Right.
There hasn't been any, the frequency of tropical cyclones hasn't, been changed. Like it's not bigger or smaller or anything like that either. And a lot of the possible explanations is that there's either a magnetic kind of field anomaly there.
Yeah.
So who knows how that works? I don't.
It would make sense, like during if there's a really big storm and all of a sudden your compass isn't working because of like just an anomaly. Like do those just exist?
Yeah, an anomalies just happen and can't explain
it would
them
make
because
sense.
they're abnormal. It wouldn't make sense too with like because people are saying like, oh yeah, there's no radio or radar contact at all with these people. It's like, well then, there's reasons to explain that.
It's also like majority located with the Gulf Stream, which is very powerful and can create a lot of disturbances just like that. So there's a chance that it can create some extra weather, maybe or like something like
sense.
that.
That makes sense.
Sorry. Yeah, a lot of it's just kind of saying, a little bit from the corner of the world that it's in and just like how everything works. There's a little bit extra there. Mm-hmm. So
so
here's
it's
an interesting image.
I guess that it would be a
I'll try to describe this for the
so it's a map of all of the known Atlantic hurricanes, and every single one of them since 1851 has gone through there in the Atlantic.
Very good portion.
Like
has been
where the Bermuda Triangle is pretty much where
it's also a really big space. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like it's such a big space that something's bound to get lost in there.
Literally,
something's bound to get lost at pretty much any point in the ocean.
Yep.
So
yeah, well, like if you take it on the map of the world, the Bermuda Triangle looks small, but like that's a map of the world. The world is huge. The ocean is huge.
But also, I feel like a lot of the countries and like islands that are there probably have lots of things going over them or like through them. Kind of like it's a very, movement heavy area. So I don't know. But yeah, talking about this kind of got me thinking about one thing, which. I think the Bermuda Triangle is cool, but I do think that it's very much blown out of proportion and that a lot of the mysteries, although are pretty mysterious, really probably
as mysteries tend to be,
have a relatively easy explanation, especially probably because faulty equipment and older, versions of machinery that we have gotten a lot better at now.
What if it's just pirates?
Which also a possibility. Who knows, right?
My blame is Scurvy Joe.
But the one thing that I did want to mention in terms of kind of Bermuda Triangle-esque mysteries is, have any of you heard about Malaysia Airlines Flight 370?
Yes.
I've heard of it, but I actually don't know what it is.
It's a Flight 370 from out of Malaysia, through Malaysia Airlines.
So there's Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 was a Boeing 777 that took off from Kuala Lumpur, destination Beijing, on March 8th, 2014. I'm getting all this from Britannica, by the way, which is like Wikipedia, but better. Just I feel like it has less stuff. Either way, it was like a big plane, and think about halfway through its trip, it just went dark. Like there was no radio signal from it at all. Like they just didn't know what happened. And then when it came back, it was going pretty much like the opposite way. And then not too long after that, it completely disappeared over the, where is it? South China Sea. So, yeah, nothing really has been found on it since 2014, almost 10 years. There's been some debris discovered. There was, where is it? 27 pieces of debris have been found, I believe. Wait, I can't read. What? Either case, so a lot of pieces of debris have been found and like positively identified as being from that ship. Plane. Oh my god, this sickness is making me go insane.
Rain fog.
The sickness of stupidity.
Takes one to know one.
But they haven't been able to find anything that's like really helpful. There was signals, like a ping coming from somewhere near Australia, but when they searched an area which was pretty large, they couldn't find anything, and they just decided that the ping was probably like faulty electrical equipment.
Right.
But
Just someone pulling a massive prank on them.
so the governments of Malaysia officially called off the search in January 2017.
That's 3 years after.
Yeah.
Imagine just clocking into work. I'm searching for the missing plane again. Honey, you need to come home. Your family misses you. Nope, babe, I gotta go to work. This plane ain't gonna find itself.
Yeah, so
3 years later, babe, the plane didn't find itself. I didn't find it either.
it hasn't been found, and there hasn't been any progress on it, really. But I think if anything is to be the modern Bermuda Triangle, it's that. Because the Bermuda Triangle is something that's so kind of just pointless now. But, you know, mysteries about travels gone wrong, I think that's what we should be talking about.
I feel you.
I thought that you were saying the modern Bermuda Triangle is Boeing flights.
You know what?
Could be. You know what? Screw it. Modern Bermuda Triangle, Boeing.
It's just Boeing.
Yeah.
What's the cause?
Boeing.
Probably. Yeah. You know what?
Dude, some of the
Correct.
stuff I've seen from like reports on Boeing flights is insane.
Yeah.
But we don't have any insider information whatsoever. I'm saying this to cover our asses legally and because it's the truth. We are not whistleblowers.
Truly
No.
or not, please don't.
We're just people talking about what we see, and what we see is
Not good.
coincidences.
Yep. But what we do see is pretty great. And with that, I think we can get into content we've consumed.
What?
Yo! That was actually fire. Macklin actually did one perfectly. What we did see was the content we've consumed in the past 2 weeks since we last recorded.
True.
Okay, do you want me to do Oscar stuff at the start or at the end?
We could do it right now.
Okay, so because it was the Oscars 2 weeks ago now, we decided to try and do the Oscars rewatch like we did last year. Although due to the show being a week, I think it's a week earlier than it was last year, because last year we were able to watch almost all of the movies together. However, this year the Oscars landed on my mom's birthday, and so I went back home to visit her. And so it was all over the place, and I mean, we've got more stuff going on in our lives. So I'm going to go through it in the order that I watched them, because I watched all of them except for one, because I didn't get a chance to see I'm Still Here in the theater. Macklin, what the are you doing?
I don't know. Was I doing something?
You were doing this.
Oh, sorry.
Like, you know when you tuck your gums up so it's like your teeth are sticking out and you kind of talk like this? Macklin was doing that.
And just staring at Sawyer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's good. I don't mind. He just threw me off. I'm going to do them in the order that I watched it, because I didn't see I'm Still Here, didn't get a chance to see it in the theater.
Don't do it at me.
And it wasn't streaming anywhere online until like this week. So like 2 weeks after the Oscars. So I'm definitely going to check it out, but I didn't get a chance to see it before the Oscars, which pissed me off a little bit, but we're chilling. So the first one that I rewatched was Conclave from Edward Berger. We've talked about it in the past. We
did talk about it quite a lot.
It's great.
In an episode.
It's really fun.
It is really fun. It's especially fun if you watch it in a theater with no one else there.
I mean, yeah, I watched it way too late on like a Monday night. So it was good.
Yeah.
I really liked. No, it was Sunday night because I once again really liked it. The next thing,
The performances in Conclave were phenomenal too.
I loved that movie.
yeah, it's great stuff. The next thing we watched was by far the worst. It is Jacques Audiard's Amelia Perez. It is a
No, we can move on.
It's a deeply flawed and bad movie.
With a racist main character. The person who plays the main character is racist.
The title character.
The titular Amelia Perez.
Yeah. It's
You got it right.
yeah. I think that it's a very, very middling musical. Like, it's so mediocre that I don't remember anything about it except for hello, very nice to meet you. I'd like to know about exchange operations. Bad stuff. So it was very hard to get through because this was the second time I watched that. But speaking of stuff that was hard to get through for a different reason, the next one that we all watched together, Macklin and I watched Amelia Perez together because I refused to watch it on my own.
And I can see that. And I will make one comment about Amelia Perez, and I will never talk about it again, which is that people a lot smarter than me in the musical theater department and musicals in general said that this is the worst musical they've ever seen. Multiple people have said that.
Real.
Lots of people are saying it. So we watched The Brutalist.
Which was the only movie I watched / rewatched for the Oscars.
Damn, that's not true.
What
You
other
watched
one?
two.
What
Complete
other one?
Unknown.
True. My bad.
So
My
you didn't
bad.
watch
My
a
bad, bro.
single movie for the Oscars, but you did watch two new ones to you.
Yeah.
So Macklin and I have talked about The Brutalist. It's fucking staggering, man. It's 3.5 hours. It's got the intermission. Brady Corbet, Adrian Brody won Best Actor for this. I think it's deserved, but I mean, I do think that I will get to Timothée Chalamet in a moment.
Timothée Chalamet.
I think this is like wonderful. Do you guys have any thoughts on The Brutalist? Okay, Aiden, setting aside the fact that you didn't realize until way too far into it that this movie was about a made-up person.
Hey, that's fine.
What do you have to say about it?
It's not my cup of tea. I don't really want to say anything extra because I feel like you guys don't deserve that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's
Damn.
not directed at you. I have a lot of criticisms about the movie, but
Well,
they're
then
not like.
Say some. This is what this podcast
It was
is.
way too f***ing long. It did not deserve to be 3.5 hours long. I could have spent that time doing literally anything else.
Anything's allowed to be 3.5 hours long. Did it need to be 3.5 hours long?
No.
I would argue yes, but
It
that's a
was
personal thing.
So boring. I feel like they acted great, but there was like nothing that was like, oh, this is like, yeah. Watching that movie for me was quite literally like watching paint dry. It added nothing to my life, and it felt like an experience that I could have gone my whole life without, and then on my deathbed I would have said, I didn't want to do that, and then died. I would have rather have watched A Complete Unknown 2 times in a row, back to back.
I also will say.
I mean, I would have too, but we're coming there. We're coming there next.
I think that Coleman Domingo should have won, but that is my opinion.
Okay.
Direct from
Do you
Domingo.
have anything to say about the Brutalist?
No,
Which
because
one-
we've already talked about everything I have.
Oh, last thought. They need to make that community center a real thing now. They have to.
I mean, you can buy the one.
No, I want to walk into that building and see the walls go because that was the coolest part about the show.
You called it a show because it's so long.
Yeah. Every 20 minutes felt like a new episode that I didn't remember the first 28-minute episode of.
Yeah, but no, I've given most of my thoughts. Nothing's really changed for me upon rewatch. I think it's an extremely well-made movie. The acting is incredible. Guy Pearson does absolutely command the first half.
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce, thank you.
I just heard the guy Pearson.
But yeah, nothing really changed for me about my feelings of the movie.
So the next thing that we watched was A Complete Unknown, which is the Timothée Chalamet-led, James Mangold directed biopic of Bob Dylan, which was for me the biggest surprise of this rewatch/watch. I hadn't seen it before, but I was blown away. All around, I thought it was just outstanding. I thought it was compelling and just really, really cool.
Yeah.
So I loved it, man. Monica Barbaro, man, totally should have
great.
won, like especially over Zoe Saldana. For her singing's better, her performance is better.
Yeah.
It's like everything. And I mean, I personally just really like Timothée Chalamet in this. If I were to give him an Oscar for one of the movies from this year, it probably would have been Dune, because I think what he does there is a lot more compelling. But in this, like, you can tell he's put time and like a lot of time and effort into his performance, and I think that's just a really, really like really cool thing to do, and it pays off.
Here's my thoughts that no one asked for. So I really like Timothée Chalamet in A Complete Unknown. I thought he did great. I think his singing was actually really, really great.
It's so good that I have 3 of the songs from this on my playlist.
I added them to my liked playlist before I drove home that
Nice.
weekend, and
Yeah.
then I listened. It was great.
Yeah.
All of that stuff, I think he does really good. I was never like a Bob Dylan.
Neither was I.
fan or
I
anything.
never listened to Bob Dylan before.
And I wasn't very familiar with his voice,
Mm-hmm.
but while he was singing, it felt like that's probably what it sounded like.
It's like honestly such a good, not impression, but like interpolation.
Yeah,
Like,
Interpretation.
No, interpolation. It's his voice done Timothée Chalamet's way.
yeah,
Like interpolation is taking something and changing it. That's just what
Yeah.
that's what that is. And I think that what he does is like you can tell that he's not doing an impression. He's trying to channel.
yeah,
Because like when you listen to the songs back to back, there's a lot of similarities, but Timmy's voice is just a different. It's a completely different pitch.
yeah.
And that's just how it works, and it still works because he's just that in the character.
Yeah. The only thing that I think, I liked him when he was saying, but I feel like there was like a stark difference from that and just his regular talking, and which is probably where I would end up giving him the award for Dune 2, just because I feel like in that movie, even though like I wasn't like I'm not like ooh yeah Dune 2, and like I didn't watch a lot of it, but he has.
What do you mean you didn't watch a lot of it? We went to the theater.
I was eating popcorn. He has this vocal presence in that movie, and like he's not like trying to do a voice, which he
He does do the voice. But
true, I get, but like it's not. I'm trying to think of a way to like explain this. It's just the way that he talks,
Yeah.
and not like the way that the dialogue's written. It makes
Totally.
him seem more real, like kind of. And when he's talking as like when he's playing Bob Dylan, that's when I was like, oh, that's like Timothée Chalamet. And it just kind of like,
No, I
it
see
didn't take
that.
me out, but I was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, I mean the movie's very standard biopic-y. And I mean, I'm not a big fan of that, but for whatever reason, this one won me over. I'm glad that I didn't have to see his entire life.
Yeah,
because that's where it really gets me, is like, I don't need to know what he was like as a child until he was dead.
Unless it's like super important, but it really
Even then,
is.
I'm more like, it's more interesting to see a specific part of his life.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I mean, as somebody that didn't like, I understand that a lot of people were like, this is not breaking any ground.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not. It's really just like, it's the most time he spent in the limelight, like Bob Dylan. But I mean, as people that didn't know what anything about him, I think that it really worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
So
Had a really good time.
So the next thing that we watched was Dune Part 2. How much did we get? We gave this a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking great, dude.
It's incredible.
It's so good. Macklin and I watched this. It ended up being over the course of 2 days. We watched the first hour, 2 hours, an hour 40, and then watched the last hour separately. Ended up being a perfect, like, smack dab in the middle there. And it was really, really great. I don't know what else to say about it.
If you've heard anything about Dune 2, you've already heard people exclaim and
it's been
praise
over
it.
a year. You've definitely heard about Dune 2.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the thing that got me this time was the visual effects. Like, watching it, I was like, okay, those sandworms look real. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's incredible how much time and effort they put into this and spent on it. Like, imagine that if they did that just for Marvel movies, they could make them so much better if they just took a little more time with the CGI.
If they gave them a little more time.
That's true.
Like, yeah, Denis Villeneuve knows what he wants, and Marvel doesn't, and I think that's the biggest difference.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is just fantastic.
So the next film that I watched was Nickel Boys, which is a story about these two black teenagers who are interested in the care of this reform school in Florida, and it's a very harrowing film, full of like legitimately scary moments, but it's also probably one of the most hopeful movies that I've seen in a long time, in a very strange way. The film honestly should have won cinematography. The film is shot in the two boys' point of view, so it's like it switches between their points of view throughout, and it's just this like really interesting way of showing like being in their shoes, and it's just so interesting to watch. The film is on Prime Video, and I mean, I recommend that everybody listening go check it out because it's really great. But like overall, Nickel Boys is a huge like moment. I'm glad that it got nominated for Best Picture. So I had an excuse to watch it because it's one of those movies that I fear I would have missed in any other year. But it's really, really great. So definitely check that one out. The next one that I watched was Wicked, and this is a rewatch for me. I watched it a few months ago. And I wasn't the biggest fan of it then. I thought it was completely harmless. This is John M. Chu's adaptation of the stage play of the same name. So this film, it's just too fucking long. Like, it's like... Okay, I think it's only 30 minutes shorter than The Brutalist.
Yep. And it's about 30 minutes longer than the actual
full live show. The full live show. This is part one. This is part one. It's just too long. I'm glad that the Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande were recognized because their performances are great. I particularly like Cynthia Erivo because she, like, I mean, you can't hear the last, like, her sing Defying Gravity and not be like, you know what? That's fucking talent right there. So, respect. I realized that I missed one. In between watching The Brutalist and A Complete Unknown, I rewatched The Substance for the third time.
Oh.
The Substance is wonderful. We've talked about it.
We talked about it quite at a large amount of length.
Yeah, we talked about it at length. I didn't really get anything new from this watch, other than just a really great time. Actually, that's not true. The past two times I've seen it at home, I really connected with the score. Just like the pumping bass, just awesome stuff. Huge. I was just a huge fan.
Yep. I
Rafferty did the score.
Sentences in the middle of this is gonna get me when I rewatch this episode.
What is it?
Back and going, trying to talk.
Not bad.
No, it's all good. I love the sound design in this movie. I made a review of it on Letterboxd, and I was just saying, like, the sound design in this is so good. I swear I could hear their pores breathing. Like,
The fuck?
yeah,
I don't think that's how that works, Macklin.
I know.
Someone who's taken multiple biology classes, I can tell you that is not how it
Someone
works.
who's taken
Unless
no
you're a
biology.
frog or like some
You know
other
what?
animals.
It's very possible that the substance did contain some sort of frog genes because it's green, like frogs
The
are.
substance is actually the sequel to Jurassic World.
Oh, I was gonna say it's like the lizard but frogs. Can continue,
The
Macklin.
ribbit.
The sound design is very good. I like the movie.
All right, the last film that I rewatched, also incidentally, is my favorite, and it was also the Academy's favorite because it's an aura. It's Sean Baker. At this point, people know Anora. This is a film that, for me, like, upon rewatch, really worked as a fairy tale basically gone wrong, where this character is thrown into this lavish life, and then it all comes crashing down in one night. Like, it's this, I mean, it's like they've known, the whole movie takes place over about a week, and, like, when I say that Mikey Madison deserved that Oscar, she definitely deserved that Oscar. This film will be playing, I think it's still playing in the theater because it won, and I'm definitely going to go check it out because it's so good. I didn't realize how much I loved it until it ended, and I was like, fuck, dude. Like, it's so compelling and heartbreaking and just out of this world good. So,
And you relate heavily to one of the characters in it.
well, this movie won Best Picture. One of the characters gets their nose broken early in the film and spends the whole movie with the broken nose. And he is so sluggish and spends the whole time being like, I need to go to the hospital.
And when we were watching that in theaters the first time, we kept laughing like hysterically at it. Everyone else gave chuckles, but we were just dying of laughter.
I'm like, I just would turn to Maxwell and be like, that's literally what it feels like, dude. Sean Baker gets it, man. Yeah.
Sean Baker is a man who seems like he's broken his nose before.
Like, all of the supporting, like the supporting actors, like, I mean, Yura Borisov was nominated, rightfully so, but I mean, Mark Edelstein, I don't know how to say that name. I don't know why I decided to do this. Vachi
You can stop.
Tasmian, nope, it's too late now. And then Karen Karagulian.
I was expecting the last name to be like John Smith.
Yeah, they're just so good, dude. They're so much fun. And yeah, that was the Oscars rewatch. that took way longer than I was expecting. But I mean, when you go through 9 movies one at a time, it's really great. I'm also in the middle of a Sean Baker not rewatch because I've only ever seen one of his films, but I've seen 2 since then. Good stuff.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Do you want? Okay, I'll go. The content I have consumed is going to be a bit weird. It is the Devil May Cry anime that's coming out because they have released the official trailer, and they've also released a clip from the show on YouTube. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, no, that's you do you.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it, but no, I just have to gush about it because oh my god, this show looks like it's gonna be so much fun. Fuck off, I'm gonna talk about it, okay?
Oh my God, guys, this trailer goes crazy.
No, the trailer is actually insane, and the clip is so good. Everything about it is like just the animation style is so crisp and amazing, and I cannot wait for this show to come out. Everything about it looks like it's going to be so much fun and perfection. Both of you guys and go.
All right, so I'm going to talk about something that actually has come out.
It's not like I'm very happy that you have this, Mac. I'm laughing because it's like of all of the stuff that you've watched, read, listened to, go support Haim's Relationships. The single came out today of recording. I'm a huge Haim fan, by the way.
Who's Haim?
It's the Haim sisters, Danielle, Esty, and Alana. You might know them. Lana Haim starred in Licorice Pizza, as did all of the sisters and their parents. Haim, it's a sister band, the 3 of them, and really fucking good, dude. I don't know. Super great stuff. Anyways, we're not making fun. We are just laughing that of all of the stuff that you could have chosen, it's a clip from something that hasn't come out yet. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that you're excited, but I mean, that could have gone in news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have, like,
that actually, considering you never have news, that should have been your piece of news.
Yeah. But I don't want to talk about it.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. You can't dwell on it.
But that's news. All right. Well, I'm going to talk about Venom, the 2021 to 2024 series.
Yep.
It's
comics. The Al Ewing Ram V. And I think by the time that you're at, it's Torrin Gordonbrook.
Yeah. I really liked it. Again, if you've heard me talk about it, you probably know that I don't like it quite as much as I like the King in Black one. But this series is very interesting. I don't want to, say a lot about the story. A lot of it's just was in Venom War, which recently ended, starting all new Venom and Eddie Brock Carnage, which I will be reading shortly.
It's really good.
But no, I thoroughly enjoyed this series. A lot of the choices that they make with the characters, not only just like make sense with like what choices the characters would make, but it creates a story that's engaging and new. Like, a lot of the things that happen feel fresh for Venom. Mm-hmm. And I like a lot of like the extra characters that they kind of bring in that aren't, like the main ones. But yeah, especially near the end, it really picks up. I haven't completely finished it. I'm on the last couple issues, but so far it's definitely going to go up there. I'm excited to see where they bring the character next. And yeah, I think that's kind of my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, I've read up until. Have you finished? Like, have you gotten through Venom War?
No, not yet.
Like, because it hasn't come out yet, right?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the volumes.
Okay, because I'm just read them from the library when they come out, and I'm not the biggest fan of the whole cosmic side of Venom. It's just not. I'm just not a cosmic comic guy. But like, it is. I do really like all of the stuff with Dylan, and like all of that stuff is really, really good. So it's enough for me to keep reading.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. So yeah, I agree with you. Not
really spoilers, but a little bit. So careful here. they did a lot of stuff with Toxin and a new symbiote named Widow.
Which is
I really enjoyed. They've started like their own hive, which I think is gonna make a lot of the upcoming series really interesting because it's keeping a feature that's been in the comics for a long time now. But I feel like it's doing something new with it where they're able to kind of add stories in a very interesting way to that. So
totally.
is this your look for me to stop talking?
Oh no, I'm listening.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Well, with that, it's time we finish up this episode. So,
Beauty.
sorry again for the kind of spacing, but not that sorry because we have other shit going on in our lives. But with that, I'm Macklin.
I'm Aiden.
And
Wanna swing?
I will always be Sawyer.
And I'd like to give another thank you to our listener who submitted a topic today. If anyone else has any other things that they'd like us to talk about, whether it's just information, other media, anything, throw it in the comments below. I read all of the comments. I don't know about these other two, but I'm down there all the time.
I do read the comments. But with that, thank you very much. We are the Wizards 3. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you so much for listening to that episode. And now, if you care to stick around, here's a quick self-promotional sketch.
Hello and welcome to the Wizards 3 podcast. I'm Macklin, I'm Aiden, and I'm Sawyer. We're just three friends who like to talk about things and stuff and things. Thankful. I don't know the whole plug because this is our first ever episode. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to try and talk. Today, Sawyer had the wonderful idea, genius even idea to talk at length about the film Challengers. That's right, Macklin. He really did. So the film Challengers is Luca Guadagnino's not most recent, but one of his most recent films. It stars Zendaya.
Ding dong.
Fuck. Okay, just gotta finish recording here.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Hey, how's it going? I'm the pizza delivery guy.
I didn't order a pizza.
Oh, you didn't?
No. Who's
Oh.
it for?
Well, it's for the Wizard 3 podcast.
Is there any sort of identity verification?
Well, on this it says the Wizards 3 podcast. You can find them on Spotify, which is probably where you listen to this on too.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you can just tell me where they're from, and I can explain them
Oh,
to you,
yes.
Mr. Police Pizza Man.
Right, yeah. The Wizards 3 Instagram.
That's funny memes and stuff. Great stuff.
Yep.
Most of the time.
Yeah, and it's at the Wizard 3 podcast.
Yep.
Then we got this thing here. This is a Twitch. Yeah.
That's gaming usually. And then the VODs get uploaded to
YouTube, it says.
yeah, YouTube. There's also Sawyer's Film School, and these episodes are actually on there. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, we appreciate it.
All right. So this pizza pie podcast. Do you want it or no?
How much is it?
This one in particular, it's addressed to Wiz 3. We got a good old pizza pie here. It's gonna be $15.
15.
$15.
10.
But if you are in a podcast, it's free.
Oh, I'm in a podcast. I'm part of the Wizards 3.
You are?
Yeah, I'll
Please
take the podcast.
sign my pizza.
That's my pizza.
Pocket pizza. Sign it.
Just wait. Let me just go back to my podcast. Okay.